वो ऑब्जेक्शन है तो इसलिए इसको ऐसे दे के चलिए। पहले इतना नहीं करनी, फिर शिवपूजन सिंह के मिले हैं। शिवपूजन सिंह वहाँ एक कौन यार हुआ, वही बंगाली या मद्रासी है। फिर उनसे बोला तो बोला यार ठीक है इसको तब मैडम को जाकर बताना, तब जाकर बोला होता है ना कि कोई का ऑर्डर नहीं होगा तो हम भी, अगर आपका ऑर्डर नहीं हुआ तो क्या कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, उसमें मैडम कोई दोष नहीं है, मैडम बहुत अच्छी है। और क्या हाल है? ठीक है। कहाँ जा रहे हो?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Thank you, sir. I'll just adjust some brightness.
Yes. Good afternoon, Dr. Anurag Singh and Dr. Divesh, sir. Dr. Anurag.
Good afternoon, Dr. Bhattacharya.
And Dr. Anurag is from BHU and Dr. Divesh is from NIT Jaipur. So I welcome both of you, and with your permission, I ask my scholar to present. Yes, sir. Yes, both of you, sir.
Yes,
madam, please continue.
Yes. Mr. Rohin, please start your presentation.
Very, very good evening to everyone. I'm Rohin Bhatnagar. My topic is on consumer buying behavior through e-tailing with reference to electronic goods with Bangalore City, India. And I have my university, ICFA University, Jharkhand, and my professor supervisor is Dr. Rumna Bhattacharya. My quick profile to all of you: I'm working as an associate professor at Maldives Business School in Malé. I have more than 13 years experience in the academic and industry. My education qualification is BBM in Human Resource Management, and I'm MBA specialized dual in Marketing and Human Resources, and I'm pursuing my PhD from IUJ. My expertise in handling various subjects are marketing, human resource management, and general management division. This is the agenda for today with respect to my presentation, wherein I'm going to cover introduction, basic concept, research question, research objective, and hypothesis in chapter 1. Chapter 2 will be completely dedicated on literature review, summary, and research gaps. Chapter 3, I'll be widely covering research methodology and proposed framework and data collection tools and methods. Chapter 4 will be on data analysis and discussions. And chapter 5 will be on result discussion, implications, and limitations, etc. So I'll quickly take you to the chapter introduction. So here, what is e-tailing? Basically, e-tailing has been a new advanced form of method which has been followed today instead of brick and mortar system, which was an oldest format. And it has been replaced today by using click and monitor system. As we all are aware that India ranks as one of the major market, and it's sixth among the globally emerging markets. Among that, we are just behind Brazil, China, Malaysia, South Africa in terms of developing nations. Though China has already got into the developed part of it, but yes, most of the part is still yet to be covered. Coming to my topic, my scope, although we all know that Mumbai is the major hub and epicenter of e-tailing and e-commerce, but Bangalore as an IT capital has emerged a long way from since 2000 onwards, and a lot of people are working here in Bangalore. So my purpose of taking Bangalore as a study was with the perspective of being an IT capital, and a lot of people from various backgrounds, they shop online. And the other reason for the topic to be taken was Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, and many more are coming into the market, and they draw attention of customers on a very regular basis. And this has helped them to go beyond the lines. So my study basically focused on electronic goods in particular, wherein my topic is narrowed down to electronic goods. So I'll be taking it ahead. The focus of the study is as follow. Basically, the major focus is on the e-tailing advancements with respect to electronic goods and selection, why the people are buying electronic goods online. Second one is de-shopping aspect. De-shopping is a word which has been used basically in the common terms as returns and exchanges, which are being used on a very regular basis. Then delivery patterns, the delays in deliveries, issues with mode of transactions and other things have been also been discussed. And retail atmospheric as one of the important component with buyer experience. So the key aspect which I have taken with respect to understand my study theoretically were product range and availability, convenience and accessibility, price comparison and discounts, consumer trust and security, digital shopping experience, and social media review. So when I checked them with the implication part, I could find that they have a direct impact on market penetration, consumer taste and preferences, competition in the market. Example, Amazon and Flipkart are there in the market. Everybody are aware that Flipkart has already been acquired by Walmart. So they are operating with the major shares with Flipkart over here. So these are the competitive challenges or competitive aspect and challenges which have been faced by the retailers as well as by the consumers. So the basic concept of the e-tailing is basically coming from e-commerce as a major branch. And now sub-branch has come into emergence called as m-commerce, which is we also know as mobile commerce. And there are two categories which have been oftenly checked on this platform as product and services. So my topic is more onto products because we are talking about electronic goods over here. And as services, we all know, even m-commerce also cater to the services like we have entertainment like Book My Show, if you want to go and watch a movie, or any food delivery services are available. So those are also part of services. Maybe if you want to travel, like Make My Trip. So these are also part of services. So my area is more concentric towards the product aspect over here. So why I have taken this? Because these are the emerging area. Customers frequently use electronic channels to buy their regular products because they are time constraints and because of attractive offers. These are the one major concern. Increasing usage of internet by youth has opened enormous prospects for the retailers. So I have taken forward the e-tailing aspect. Electronic goods and in prominence in households in India. Indian customers have a constant fondness for consumer durables, particularly electronic goods. The main exporter of electronic goods in India are United States and European countries, even Middle East contribute to that. And we find majority of these Japan in the Southeast Asia. Then we have Korea. They are the major electronic hub. And we are using mobile phones. All of us are using majority mobile. I myself am using Samsung mobile phone, which is from Korea. And Apple is one of the major famous brand, which is from US. And most of them are either produced or either made in either of the Southeastern country. So Indian customer are more interested with respect to high-tech products that are reasonable price. So we all want to acquire products, but at a very reasonable price. So the major market with respect to laptops, with electronic gadgets have come into picture because of this reason. What are the basic challenges which are being faced? The basic challenges are the limited offers on product and services on online, because sometimes there are only seasonal sales which are available where you can go and buy. For example, independent sale, which has come very recently. Then after that, then other person has to wait a long duration to come for the Diwali sales. Then concern of financial and personal information are one of the concern. What if that get leaked? But recently RBI has come with guidelines. So this has helped a little bit. Lack of digital literacy among the people is one of the common factor why it is not getting spread in majority of the people in terms of usage. In tier 1 cities, it's fine, but tier 2, tier 3, still there is a issue. And lack of social interaction. So this is consumer buying behavior process, as all of are aware. I'm just put it for general understanding. What are the need recognition of the people? They search for in particular information. Then they look forward for the selection of the alternatives. Among those alternatives, after the information search, they go ahead with the purchase behavior. And post-purchase behavior will be helping them with any of the product feedbacks they want to give in or any post services they need for the product. So the factors which I considered from the study were two major factors, internal and external factors. There were internal factors were customer attitude. What is the major attitude of the customer while they are shopping online, when they're going to pick a product online? Personal traits, especially with the personality, their choices, their preferences, what are those have to be checked. And what are the motives? Why are they buying? It could be a motive that they're buying it for somebody else, or it could be for themselves. So, and what are the major reasons? Is it a need or is it a want? So that way. External factors are demographic, and these are also been incorporated in my questionnaire too, age, gender, income, etc. Then technology. Technology is a very major factor because of disruption in technology. We are using this mode, and all of us are also today on virtual mode. This is also due to technology. Culture and subculture also add an important flavor with respect to Indian markets and socio and economic conditions of the people. So the basic framework of the study were created affecting the factors which I created were security, privacy policy, merchandise, lack of trust, website and application issues, then experience of the consumers, retail brand, any financial risk associated, and the product information. When I did my research, the major factors which motivated me to go ahead with this were the shopping behavior. What are the major current shopping behaviors of the consumers? What are the de-shopping behavior, which are the return and exchanges where they de-shop or they return the products? Technology disruptions, how technology is playing a major role in this aspect. Then reviews. When I say reviews, it's online reviews as well as visual reviews. And also about the retail atmospherics, which is acting as one of the important factors. When we go and buy any product, it is very important to have a retail. In our case, it becomes site atmospherics. Whichever site we are going with is well designed, the catalog is well designed or not, is it attracting people or not, in that sense. So why is the topic so relevant to take up? The internet has drastically transformed the way business function globally, reducing the cost related to product and marketing, and it has become a common communication channel in India. The study of online consumer behavior is essential to ascertaining consumer preferences and developing tailored marketing tactics, both which are for e-commerce success. Social network platform have made it easier for the easier to commute with the customers. Today, you can see Instagram, you can see YouTube and others where they can get a lot of information today about the product and services. Future trends can also be predicted from the consumer behavior, so that helps to take it forward. And in e-tailing, electric items in Bangalore are the very major attraction for the people, as we see it is more into the trend and more in the purchase. When I will take you forward to my chapter 4, I will show you how it is playing an important factor with the values. Need of the study, it provides information. Need of the study, it provides the information about the evolving market trends on the leading IT centers in India and assisting business in adjusting their strategy to effectively and meet client demand today. It also makes clear consumer preferences and elements that influence consumer decisions today. And this type of research helps firms, regulator better navigate quickly, because today quick decision is the ultimate goal for anybody. So the faster you act and react to the situation, it's very important. This can assist in shaping online shopping experiences, regulatory frameworks with ultimate benefit businesses. And of course, challenges will be there, and how to overcome these challenges and how to gain the opportunities in the market. Research problem, my major research problem, which I found out, was the lack of full investigation in this area was not being conducted. So there were many factors which were not considered at that point of time when I started to review the literature and when I presented my synopsis, and I found out there were a lot of components which are missing and a lot of talks were not done on a major basis. Time and money limitation affecting is always there, and of course, Bangalore is running. People don't have time, traffic congestions. Today, you need anything. If you forget your key, you say Blinkit will provide you. So that will come any day to you. So that's something which has become today. Nobody want to waste their time. So time has become very important. And money, of course, they're ready to pay costs. Bangalore is a city where people are ready to pay costs for this thing. So emergence has happened in this way. So even for products, this is one of the reasons. While several studies have drawn comparison between digital and retail worlds, which I checked down on, but Bangalore city, a very limited focus was there. So I thought, yes, this could be an area where we can take up and go forward. Mumbai were considered, somewhere we're going where typically with tier 2 and tier 3 cities in particular. So I thought we can move forward with this. Social media reviews have created a very greater impact, as all of us aware of influential marketing today and how it is creating impact in the mind of the people. Use of social media platform is one of the major reasons how influential marketing is penetrating in mind of the people. So that is one of the reasons why I went forward with this particular issue and I wanted to check on these problems and want to go forward. Then my research questions which I derived were the following: who are the consumers that buy electronic goods online, the factor affecting them, what affects the demographic factor like age, gender, income level, etc. What are the primary factors in Bangalore that Indian customers in Bangalore which are available with respect to electronic goods in particular? To what extent do online product reviews, rating, and recommendations are really influencing the people in the aspect of influential marketing? And how do Bangalore city and India-specific cultures and societal norms are breaking this attitude and dilemma which were there in the mind of the people earlier, and creating new marketing strategies to move forward? These are my research objectives. So I have 5 research objectives. My first research objective is particularly to just understand the demographic profile. My objective number 2, objective number 3, objective number 4, and objective number 5 are related to shopping factors. Then I have de-shopping factors. Then I have taken a mediating variable, which is a retail atmospheric, site atmospheric, how it is attracting people. So where they come to shop and they go back. That's one of the major reasons where they're attracted or they go back. So if they're coming, then why they're coming, why they're shopping. And if they're not shopping, then why the retail atmospheric is creating a role into it. And I created a moderating effect of social media or moderating factor to understand about social media, how it is changing the shopping decisions or shop or not to shop in aspects of that. So whether the people go forward or they go forward with this. So I have this 5 objectives with me. The scope of the study, since everyone is a consumer, all of us are consumer, everyone tend to buy something, any product which we need, any next day, it can be presented to us with the help of online today. Majority of it has a direct impact on retailers, on electronic goods buyer business. So with respect to business, we can understand this. A society as a whole is also beneficiary because as society is growing, progressing with respect to technology, so they also automatically become one of the beneficiaries. And government has also become a major entity today to promote it. As we all know that Digital India initiatives have been taken care, digital libraries and other things are incorporated even in education. Likewise, they want to bring more people to apps, more people to buy digital. So chapter 2, I would like to take you towards the literature review. So basically, I've gone through 188 total literatures. Under that, 143 were from the journals and articles. I have checked to 34 books. The previous thesis which were relevant to my area, which I considered were around close to 3. And other articles like any reports which I presented, like from KPMG or from others, similar reports or some news articles, I've taken like around 8. So I've categorized my LR into the subcategories like this: LR with citation on the topic, concept of consumer behavior, concept of e-commerce and e-tailing, concept of e-commerce. I think there is a repetition, I'm sorry. The third point and fourth point, it's concept of e-commerce and e-tailing. Then concept and prospect of m-commerce, concept of online consumer behavior and reviews, and related works in the field of the research. So with respect to the LR, with respect to the citation, I have taken Kim and et al. 2021. These were Smith et al. 2020 with respect to customer view companies in context of online buying. Then Smith online review of customers and its influence of consumer choices. Archana et al. Shopping behavior by consumers for tier 1 and tier 2 cities, just to understand how it is happening in tier 1 and tier 2 cities also. Then I have went with the next component of consumer behavior, Sameer et al. In 2012 with concept of consumer behavior. Isibigu et al. 2012, a study of consumer attitude, triology, relationship with consumer behavior. Banwari 2015, concept clarity, examining its role and behavior. Then going with the concept of e-commerce and e-tailing, Shomnath and et al. In 2012, Zaho 2013, with respect to digital makeover, traditional retailing issues and challenges, e-commerce to social commerce, e-fulfillment dimensions and its influence of customer review and retailing, a crucial, critical factor. So these all I have checked with respect to gaps where I could find out. Then Shulab et al. 2010. Saifullah 2011, Ashraf, these all with respect to m-commerce emergence, how m-commerce have emerged in the market. And particularly from this, I could find out a TAM model, which was a very important model, which is contributing nowadays with respect to m-commerce today. And aspects with respect to understanding what's happening in the markets like India, Pakistan, USA, Australia, and markets like that. Then Darley at 2010, a review of integrated framework of online of consumer behavior and decision-making process. This were with respect to reviews, online consumer behavior comparison Canadian and Chinese website visitors. As we know, China is ongoing with respect to the website visits. Then online consumer behavior and its relationship to website atmospheric induced flow, insights into online travel agencies with respect to China. So these were a few of them. Then some more related works which I have taken up were from Khare in 2011 with respect to Indian student attention to make purchases in online shopping portals. 2013, a study of factor affecting on consumer online shopping behavior. Upadhyay et al. 2015, analysis of online shopping behavior of customer in Kota city. So these are few, but it's not limited as because of limitation of timing in presentation, I've incorporated them. But in my bibliography and in my thesis, I have given a lot of elaboration about these things in details. Then while going through my literature, I could find out the major 4 gaps where de-shopping, which majority of the people haven't touched. They have touched also, where I was very recently, I saw in Indian Journal of Marketing, people have touched on the written policies, but not particularly with respect to electronic. This is a recent publication in 2024 itself, it has happened, but they have not gone particularly with electronic goods into it. They have given a very generic overview about it, and not they have chosen any hypothesis in terms to test it in detail. And online store atmospherics is one of the component of site atmospherics, which I thought would be a prominent one. Delivery and online transactions and online reviews. Then coming to methodology, my statement of problem, I have emerged and taken that with my research gaps and affecting whom. So my 5 objectives are there, and I've just given a breakup of that, how the research gap is affecting what. So my first research gap is basically affecting and just checking on the consumer profiles and demographic profiles. The second one, basically on money constraint, purchase electronic online practices, de-shopping, transaction delivery and replacement in results for the third. Fourth one, comparison between digital and retail atmospherics, that is online and offline retail atmospherics, and social media influence. So this is my proposed research framework, and my 3 individual independent variables were demographic factors, shopping factors, and de-shopping factors on retail atmospherics. And my retail atmospheric is a mediating variable with consumer buying behavior in online shopping, which is my dependent variable. And I'm checking a moderating aspect in my hypothesis, my objective 5 with social media and online reviews, which has an impact on the DV directly. So I wanted to check cause and effect relationship of that. These are the 4 hypotheses from objective number 2, 3, 4, 5. As I stated, there is a significant effect of shopping factors on retail atmospherics. H1, H2, there is a significant effect of de-shopping factors on retail atmospherics. H3, there is a significant effect of retail atmospheric on buying behavior. H4, there is a significant moderating effect of social media reviews on buying behavior. And I have taken H5 and I have divided them into A to H to understand different tests on that. So I have basically taken different profiling. As you know, my objective 1 is on understanding the profiling of the demographics. So I have checked on these particular areas in my questionnaire, and I have taken. So my detail, I have also supported with literature in my thesis also with each and given a justification to that. And in chapter 3 and the page number reference 3, it is in 3.2 subsection B, 94 to 112 of the thesis. I have given a detailed analysis of that. Sampling design, basically the sample design was created using combination of random sampling approach and convenience sampling. Now, why I have chosen in this way? Earlier, I was going towards to take the random sampling approach, but when I was going to collect my data, unfortunately, pandemic arrived at that point of time, so it became a little difficult to track people. And most of the people, as you know, they come from outside and they work in Bangalore as is a major hub for the people. So when I was collecting data with the locals, it was fine. I could get it, but I was a little bit discounted to how to go about it. Then I took a little bit input from the university. They said you can take a combination of both and just check on this because the population is very heterogeneous in nature. So I took forward for that, and I also took convenience sampling to understand that more in accuracy. So it is a combination of it's a combination of both random sampling and convenience sampling mixed together. Then population size, which I have taken forward, was basically infinite because a lot of people are basically changing their places on regular basis in Bangalore. A lot of people are coming into demography. Every day, Bangalore, the population is increasing. So it is very difficult to analyze what is the exact population of Bangalore because even in Google, you'll not get the absolute answer for that. So we decided that we'll take it as an infinite option, and as well as during the pandemic, it was difficult. And also the population is very heterogeneous in nature. So we finally took infinite understanding. And of course, pandemic at that point, we decided that we will go with an infinite population size. So this is how I calculated with Kroken's formula with help of it, and where I could analyze as per Kroken's 385 to 1000 samples, the similarity results come out. So while calculations, I could find out 405 was the ideal sample, which I thought would be fine in terms of going and collecting it. And finally, in my doctoral research conference also, when I provided them, they said, okay, you can go forward with collection of your data. Then as the population of Bangalore is infinite, so they played a critical role in determining the sample size also. Types of respondents, basically, as in case of understanding online shopping goods, respondents are basically, they come from various backgrounds, from different aspects. So it was an open understanding about the occupational backgrounds of the people. But still, in the questionnaire, I could try to ensure and incorporate how far we can take it forward, because there are huge groups which were available in terms of people who are buying online. So all these aspects are given in my appendix 1 for discussion, which I'll just take it later once I go with the next slides. Primary data and secondary data, data collection was done. I collected totally 460 responses. Out of that, all the responses were collected with the help of Google Forms and random, because of the time constraint with the people and pandemic. It could be only the choice that I could go through Google Forms, and through help of Google Forms on mails, on LinkedIn and other aspects, I have collected them. 405 responses were eventually selected for data analysis. So finally, when we checked, so 405 could come out somehow, we could get towards that particular figure by eliminating the remaining others. Secondary data, we considered a lot of journal books, research papers and resources, and numerous online resources like YouTube channel, Google Scholars, Science Direct, and others were taken into picture to understand about the literature and in detail to give justification for each aspect. So this is my design of the questionnaire, which I have taken. Section 1 and Section 2 are the two major sections. Under that Section 1, I have demographic analysis. Then I have under that buyer's info, which I have taken care with statistical, descriptive statistical understanding, and buyer's KSA, that is knowledge, skill, and attitude to understand. And I have each questions of 775 over there. Section 2 is bias profiling with the help of Likert scale, 5-point Likert scale, from strongly disagree to strongly agree, and open-ended questions where one open-ended question was being taken up just to understand and take recommendation for 6. So total of 25 questions. Other sub questions are already available in my annexure 1. That it is available. You can just look forward, and especially in Section 2, 5 main questions are further divided into different factors, and sub questions have been prepared upon that. What are the tests? Pilot study, Cronbach alpha, reliability test I have utilized. And once my question got approved, I went towards descriptive statistics to understand the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation aspects for a few of the questions with their preference choice-based questions, where their preferences were to be understood. Then I went for normality testing with respect to help of skewness and kurtosis to represent sample data from normal distribution of the population size. And then with respect to hypothesis testing, I went with regression analysis and with ANOVA and t-test, because I have to understand the aspects of groups. So I've taken this to understand the significance of the p-value. The statistics tool which I've used is IBM SPSS version 25 and MS Excel to sort the data and cleanse the data. So this is my pilot study results of my Cronbach alpha. For shopping factors, I could get 0.761. Each sources are also mentioned next to that, how have I arrived. D-shopping was 0.798, shopping behavior 0.732. Then with respect to retail atmospheric 0.716, social media and online review 0.734. So by and large, I could find out the values were more than 0.65, 0.7 or close to 0.8, where I felt that this source, this is reliable in terms of taking it forward, and probably we can take it forward for the final attribute of checking and taking data collection with approval of the university and the panel members. So focus group discussion was also conducted, and with the focus group discussion to understand the qualitative survey, I went on to check with the experts who are having experience more than 10 years in the respective area. And especially with the category management, the people who were there with online and offline both. As a little difficult to get people with the online, it was quite challenging, but still I could somehow manage them. But offline, like Chroma and other stores, I could find Metro Cash and Carry. Many people, especially when the product management and category division, were ready to help me and give me the answers. And I've affixed this in appendix 3 of my PPT or even my thesis. Coming to chapter 4, data analysis and interpretation. So this is my percentage analysis with respect to the gender and my male, female, and the percentage ratio of the particular demographics. Gender, these are my gender. I've taken below 25, 25 to 29, 30 to 34, 35 to 44, and 45 and above. Marital status, being married and unmarried, the two aspects have been considered. Type of family, joint nuclear family. Then profession, I narrowed down into academician, IT professionals, management professional, business owner, students, and other categories where they were not able to fit in. I just made it as an other category to be kept aside. Qualification, non-graduate, postgraduate, and graduate. Then schooling and primary education, where have they done their primary education to understand the digital literacy component and their act and their preferences. I took major town, state capital, if it is a capital of the state, or it is from any village or from any rural area. Then income in per month was considered below 25,000, 25,000 to 50,000, 50,000 to 75,000, so on till 1 lakh and above. Then with respect to preference-based questions, I asked few questions on them and I could find out. My first question which I asked was, how frequently and which categories do you shop online? So I categorized them into different categories: book, grocery, electronic goods, movie ticket, fashion, accessory, apparel, etc., travel, hotel, food, just to analyze and understand how far they're going with it. So as I could figure out, food was the major component which they were buying, 3.736. Travel was also having 3.6. Electronic goods and travel have almost similar 3.630. Fashion, accessories, apparel was 3.6. The least went to books, 2.662. I could find out still people prefer to go to showrooms and buy books. But when we look forward for the standard deviation value, I could find out the standard deviation value is 1.2512 for electronic goods. So this stand out to me to understand that yes, a lot of people are buying. There is a relation, or you can say there's a statistical significance for people to buy electronic goods online. So next question to the sort of social media I just discussed, like on online reviews, what are the regular use and to learn what new facts are taking. So different aspects I took, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, and others. So we could find out Facebook to be the least with 2.662. And now obviously all of us know a lot of people are not using Facebook a lot today, what used to be earlier. Instagram was the one which used to be, which came out to be the highest at 3.630 with a standard deviation value of 1.252. And I could find out a lot of people are looking at Instagram shorts, or basically they're going the full-fledged videos, influencers, whoever are there. So basically it's shorts which people are going. If they want to go for a full-fledged video, then others you can see 3.667, especially YouTube channels. And LinkedIn also, a lot of people are posting on LinkedIn and taking information from that. Then for what reasons do you choose to buy or not to buy online? So time saving came out to be the major factor, 5.889. But the standard deviation 1.6. But it was a surprise. I came to know special offers are the major thing why it attract people to go more, with 5.810, almost similar to time saving. 1.467 as a standard deviation value was there, which comprehends that yes, people are going towards time saving and special offers. These are two aspects which are attracting people to go forward. Of course, to get a product review, people are doing it 5.770 as a mean value, but a standard deviation value was 1.653 in this case. So I accounted that yes, for time saving and special offers are the major reason why they go forward to buy. Then these are my hypotheses. My hypothesis 1, there's and hypothesis 4, H1 to H4. So test which I've already told earlier or stated earlier. And I went forward to check skewness aspect and wanted to understand whether the values are lying between plus 1.96 and minus 1.96. And I could find out, yes, majority of the values of skewness were under this particular value, and standard error were also in curtail. Kolmogorov and Shapiro-Wilk also gave a very clear understanding where I could see the p-values to be in an accurate format of 0.05 in that case. So I found out, yes, there are significance in this case. And yes, this particular normality is a normal distributed data. It's not that the data is significantly abnormally distributed. There is a skewness. I'm not saying there is no skewness. For some questions, as you can see, there was a little skewness with respect to that. But yes, there is. It is not that it cannot be treated. Then for my demographic factors, which I have taken, I went forward to check there also. And I could find out that, yes, it was a normally distributed data, which can be taken forward for further testing and can be taken for the hypothesis test and can be taken it forward. So these were the values which I found out for all A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I mean to say for gender, age group, marital status, type of family, profession, qualification, schooling, primary education, income per month. Now, coming for the major hypothesis, that is from H1 to H4, my purpose of hypothesis to determine was with respect to my conceptual framework, which I have taken to understand the cause and effect relationship of each of them. So I decided to go with regression. And when I check with the regression aspects of all of them, I could find out that R square value was 0.54643 and adjusted value was 0.48. Standard error of regression 0.76353 as statistics. So I've given a detailed understanding over here. And then I will give you the interpretation of that. So basically, all of them were found to be very much significant in nature. And all of them were 0.001, like 000, it shows in SPSS tool, like V3 is 0.0001. So all of them were less than 0.005, so I found them to be significant. So just to go with the interpretation part of it, R squared measures the proportion of variance in the dependent variable, that is explain the independent variables in the models. And in case the R square value is 0.54654, indicating approximately 54.65% of the population of the respondents were agreeing with this, and the variance of a dependent variable was to be found. Adjusted R square value was 0.48373, which was to be okay. I can't say it's a very great value, but it's coming to 0.5 value. So I went forward with it. And it was less than 0.001 of statistics. P value was less than 0.001, which is less than the set value 0.005. So I treated, yes, my majority of the hypothesis of null can be rejected automatically. So then I tested for hypothesis 5, that is my demographic variable, which is from my objective 1, H5A to H5. Then use t-test and ANOVA because certain factors were like 2-dimension, some factors had groups of more than 2 to 3 groups. So I went forward for that. So for gender, I have gone forward to do a t-test. And I could find out with the help of that p value is less than 0.001, and the mean value of both the group was like quite nearby, like 9.26 and 10.20. So I found out that's fine, and standard deviation was also okay in this case. So they were statistically significant. Then I check with H5B, wherein I took age, and this ANOVA, I have adopted ANOVA over here because there were 5-6 age group categories. And from the ANOVA, I could find out, yes, over here, there was a significance of 0.0023, which was found out. So this was my P value. And within the groups and mean squares were like 66.3456 and 9.5331. So one significance value was adopted. So I thought that, yes, there is a relation between the groups and as well as within the groups to be found out. So I found it is significant between the groups of the age. Then at C, I adopted T2 a t-test, and I found that also to be significant, and mean values were also fine, and the standard deviation values look to be fine in that case. So as the P value was suggesting me to go forward, so I took it forward and went to process. Then HD, this for joint family and nuclear family, I took a t-test just to check how far people are from joint family and nuclear family. So mean values were checked, which is 12.93 for joint, and nuclear family was 8.39. Standard deviation of 7.82 and 4.90 in this case. The significance value was less than 0.005. So I treated that the same how I got it between the groups and within the groups. Between the groups. That is for the between the groups. Here, I took next for the profession. I went forward, and here I took ANOVA because there are like 5-6 professions. So between the group and within the group, here the value I got was 0.0036, which was statistically significant in this case, and which I got a value of mean square of 43.4257 and 6.25 within the groups and between the groups. H5, the non-graduate, graduate, and postgraduate. So I took t-test and just understood about it. So here also I found the statistical significance to be there. And H5G also, it was almost the same. Coming to the summary of the hypothesis, all the 4 hypotheses with cause and effect relationship, I could finally find out that all the null hypotheses were rejected and alternative were accepted, stating that there were a significant effect or relationship between them. Similarly, with respect to my H5 with A to D, they all were rejected the null hypothesis and accepted the alternative hypothesis, as how the summary of it has been provided. Coming to the chapter 5, results, discussions, and conclusions. So with the hypothesis interpretation, the hypothesis explore different potential among the demographic or socio-economic groups. So with the hypothesis H5, especially my demographics. So each hypothesis focus on a specific demographic factor, how we have taken, and these hypotheses aim to identify potential variation. So simultaneously, H1, H2, we can find out H1 to H4 that this hypothesis suggests that certain factor related to shopping experience, such as store layout, product display, lighting, music, in case of H1, where shopping factors with retail atmospherics. And there is a perception among the people, if there is a good retail atmospheric, site atmospherics, a good retail space is there, that shapes up consumer buying behavior better. H2, the significance of de-shopping on retail atmospheric, we could find out with the respect of understanding how far the people are buying or not buying, whether there is a positive review or a negative aspect of buying or not buying online, and potentially leading to dissatisfaction and satisfaction level of the people. H3, there is a significant effect of retail atmospherics on online buying. So which aspect I understood that the hypothesis state that there is an ambience layout design, they definitely play a very significant role. And if a good catalog is designed, a good retail atmospherics is being created, yes, definitely people will like to move forward. There is a moderating social value, moderating effect of social media and reviews was being taken. And this hypothesis suggested, yes, social media and online review do play a significant role in terms of identifying the behavior, because influential marketing and influential consumers have become a very important component. Then interpretation as per the statistics in the actual implications are here. In the demographic classification of buyer provide online retailer with several advantages. Previous researchers could find out only the female buyers are more who are shopping, but it's not the case. It's like male buyers also do shop nowadays. And it's not actually limited to only male buying more or female buying more. It's like having an open platform. Whoever is fine and convenient with time constraints and cost constraints, people will buy. It's all about convenience and ease of buying, which has become a very important component for the people in terms of buying. While online retailers saw healthy profits during the profit sales and electronic goods, they are still unable to meet the high demand of the customer, especially during the sale time. So you see a lot of delays, product rejections are coming at during that period, and product launch events. Also at the time product launch event, when they're launching a new product, you find, yes, the sales happen only during that period of time. So as of now, if there is only an option for the retailer, they go for a review price drop sales, wherein they believe the price drop happens the sale time, they can earn more. So these are certain decisions which they are taking because of the influential marketing. Poor catalog design is one of the major problem. Example, I'll give you Meesho as one of the very good example, where I can see a lot of poor catalog design. Whatever you order, you don't get, especially in the clothing and apparels also. So same way, if you see certain catalog designing, if they are not made good on the electronic goods, especially when we find that in Flipkart and even sometimes, I'm not sure all the products, for some products. So it is better that they can go and look forward from their own websites, whether if they want to go for Amazon, Flipkart. Samsung has its own website. OnePlus has its own website. The product catalogs could be better there. Many people don't touch this. So this aspect of atmospherics can be checked. But yes, as a party buyer where you're selling it on Amazon and Flipkart, it's very important that you maintain a very good design and very good catalog. The study indicates the majority of consumers of electronic goods are young and prefer budget-friendly prices and that allow manage their mindsets. As you can see, majority of the chunk in my case were students who were buying in my data set. So yes, age range between 25 to 30, where the customers have to pay more focus and they're more very price sensitive in nature, who go and buy online and prefer, or else if they don't get it, they get a low discount offer outside and they will buy outside. So it's always better that you have to keep in mind that these things can be taken very valuably. Additionally, it has been noted that the great deal of research and development is being done in this customer experience area. Online retailers soon need to significantly invest larger part in artificial intelligence, AI. as we are seeing, a lot of things are changing, and today consumers need more aspects on chatbots and other areas. So today, if they want to interact about a product or product information, they can provide these information in the where the, let's say example, the consumer is going on the interface. They can just open a chatbot and try to put some question rather than going for the traditional questions which are put in Amazon and things like that, where somebody say yes, it is there, it is not there. It is good at the real time you get with this chat box answers, so that whatever is this, it become more customized in nature. So still a lot of work will go into it, because right now we all know we are using weak AI in Amazon and Flipkart, but we need a lot of advancements with respect to artificial intelligence to happen in future. Results of the shopping factors with retail atmospherics are these. The time and price reduction are the two major factors that influence consumer decision to buy online. And more discounts will always pique more interest and encourage them to buy. So as we could also find that the preferences of the consumers, time and discounts are the very important criteria for them. Internet retail must determine whether customers are more apt to make purchase decision and devote to online marketplaces like Amazon, Flipkarts, and others to map their minds to get better understanding of the consumer. Retail environment or site environment also plays a very important role, because in what psyche they're sitting to purchase, what is the mentality, how do you catch the attention, how you solve the queries of the people on online, because in online it's more of queries to be solved at that point of time. So how can you address those queries and issues? And in order to make product more appear, more aesthetic, more better, a lot of other aspects can be used in terms of that, yeah, without discounting issues of security and others. Results of de-shopping factors I could find out. Customers, yes, they are making de-shopping. Yes, it is there. Returns are happening, but in case the damaged products are there, electronic goods, it is bound to happen. The products tend to get damaged. But nowadays, if you see, the clear instructions and manuals are being given, which majority of the Indian customers ignore to go through it. So example is a phone आया हाथ में नहीं, हमको उसको explore करना ही करना है, or laptop. They don't bother to even go through the system process to update the system, update the phone. These are like small things which will make the product hang. Sometimes the product will not work, and they tend to de-shop it. Certain specifications are not working in this area. The second aspect is respect to product specifications have to be made clear, more better, or else they can get a qualified demonstrator at a minimal price for them who can come and demonstrate. Maybe a tie-ups can be created in this case with the respective companies. Yeah, it is happening with respect to major electronic goods which we call as white goods, such as AC and others like washing machines, but not with smartphones, smart TVs and other things. Like there is a lot of issues here. So that also can be taken care for the audience who, or sorry, for the people who are not that literate with the mobile phones. When it comes to electronic item, online retail must also be open for return and exchanges and pickup policies. I've seen very recently now, Flipkart and Amazon have created 7 days period. Very clearly, within 7 days, you have to ensure you return the products of electronic goods. If you are passing that 7 days period, then there will be a problem. So it is also reducing the de-shopping factor. So customers have to check the product within 7 days, it is in a good condition or not. So that can help them to go forward with it. Yeah. Okay. All right, sir. I got your message. I just saw your message, Anurag, sir. Yeah, I'm going forward. I'm going forward. Social media and online reviews and its results. Social media plays a big role in influencing customer purchasing behavior, and it has become very integral part today. And visual reviews, online reviews are definitely a part today. They are getting influence. Influential marketing is a very important component, and this will happen for sure. Then a discussion, these are few discussion. Consumers should utilize the product under the guidance of a qualified demonstrator. When it comes to electronic goods, online retail must be open about the product replacement policies. Almost similar things which were part of the aspects of artificial intelligence to be brought in. These are those aspects. Discussions again with respect to the consumers are convinced with the purchase the laptop, mobile. I say they should not rely on information based on social media. They can rather go to the apps itself and check them. So these are the same aspects. Instead of waiting for reviews from the social media reviewers, they can go to the websites and check them. Many consumers are also cautioned against subscribing to such influencers, which I have given a specific aspect of mine, because I feel sometimes they're paid promoters. So let's say one person is promoting particularly Samsung. It's better you weigh whether it is worth looking at it, because a lot of paid promotion happens today on YouTube and Instagram. So my implication with respect to the 3 major beneficiaries of mine: online retailers, the shoppers or the consumers, and the society. And these are those implications on each of them. So due to poor catalog design and product characteristics, yes, there are challenges for the retailers. They have to ensure it can be made proper, more better, more period of returns can be taken care. Social media platforms can be utilized in a better way. A better platform of AI can be brought in. Then for shoppers, yes, majority of shoppers are between the age of 20-25, and it has a direct impact, and they buy and change phone within 6 to 8 months. That's quite common. And it's better to go with an intelligent marketing of YouTube and not just stick on to the information of false informations. And retail atmospherics also play a very important role, though it doesn't have a major impact, but yes, it does have an impact. And to the society, yes, definitely society is also impacted. The people who are the suppliers in the middle chain, the blockchain management, the people involved in this particular aspects are also a part of it. And after COVID-19, we can see there are a lot of distortions which have happened in this area. These are my theoretical aspects of my implication. I'm just not going to detail into it, but I have seen which are the common things which are found in my study and in the other authors like Mahmood, Zivail, then Dr. Pooja, Zuan Zero, Surendra Malviya, and others. So I could find out, yes, somewhere they were also trying to say the same part, and some part they were also trying to convince. So I could find out there were quite similarities with what I was trying to say and what some more as a novel thing I'm trying to bring into the study. What is my contribution? Particularly de-shopping behavior is one of the major contribution, which I feel from my aspect is a very important, where recent publications also which have happened have not gone in detail in understanding. Recently, I have also got a publication done on this particular factor in an international journal for Scopus, and it has been accepted. So probably earlier people who couldn't use hypothesis and provide it, I have done, and this was a part of my doctoral research conference paper which I presented in ICFY, and then my ma'am Rumna Bhattacharya told me to modify and make it as per the Scopus value, and then I have made it, changes in that, and I provided that, and yes, good news is it has just got accepted. Just there was a power failure. 1 second. Yeah, it's fine. Am I audible? There's a small disruption.
Yes.
Okay. So these are the common things. In social media, I could find out, yes, the social media, but written reviews play a major factor rather than verbal reviews. Yes, audiences also understanding, the people who are shoppers or consumers are also understanding, yes, it is there. But yes, still you have to tame a lot of things on verbal reviews, and paid promotions are happening. As I told, this is a very common trend going on right now, and this paid promotions are creating a lot of problem to the actual genuine product reviews also. Like Motorola, I can say it's a very good phone, which is a very low price and at a very well value, but a lot of people don't promote them instead of promoting the other phones and other flagship phones. So it doesn't matter whether it's a flagship phone or normal aspect, these things can be found out in them. My major recommendations are these. Yeah, I'm concluding now. So these are my major recommendations. So my major aspects are more on voice AI boxes and things like UPI payments and other things can be incorporated. Limitation of the study, yes, the descriptive analysis of the variable influencing customer purchasing decisions are there. Yes, this is an exploratory study. Descriptive study has not been done. So exploratory study can be some biases. I do agree. It could be there. It cannot be completely ruled out. The report does not get into very great detail about customer feel about making purchase online. Other categories like food and all we are not taken. It's only limited to electronic goods. The study did not examine how different electronic products or subcategories are being utilized. There are only few categories we have taken into it. The report does not address artificial intelligence place, which is playing a very prominent role as of now. Yes, future, it can be incorporated very well. The study does not address about post-COVID challenges very much in detail. Scope for future researchers, though the study is only for Bangalore, maybe people can take it for the other cities like Ranchi, Lucknow, and some other tier 1 cities also. It can be possibly taken. It's an exclusive study and new parameters can be checked into it. And more gaps can be found out with respect to attitudes, particularly generations, by 2 generations, comparing Gen Z, post-millennial, pre-millennials, and with respect to other aspects. Also luxury shopping, whether wants or needs, why are people buying, these topics can be taken up. So these are my future suggestions. Conclusion, there are too many variables influencing consumer purchase behavior. For that, how electronic goods are purchased and analyzed. We learned from the survey that the retailer must pay close attention to the understanding needs and desire of the consumers. Social media and its advent has created a lot of disruptions, and yes, it is a changing trend. AI generated photos can be used. A lot of good use of AI can be brought in terms of enhancing the product quality and catalog images. Brand promoters can be eliminated if required by using an effective methods by companies self-sponsoring, removing them, or maybe Amazon can bring into the picture. Then we can find out that there are a lot of challenges with respect to demand and supply. These also can be taken care. These are a few aspects of bibliography I put, but in detail, my bibliography aspect is there in the thesis. These are my appendix, my questionnaire, appendix 1 in the questionnaire. It is there. It is available. If you want me to show the questionnaire, sir. Divesh, sir?
No, it's fine.
We want to conduct a Viva. Everything is here with us.
Oh, all right, sir. I know, sir. I just thought of if in case you want. Okay, research publication, then focus group decision. And these are my list of my publications. Very recently, my paper have got published and on the Scopus of in the International Journal of Electronics and Finance. And still only the dates I have not got because just accepted. So this is my acceptation confirmation, which has come from them, that my paper has been accepted in Inter Sciences publication. And some other publications I've done in ICFI, and as well as some other seminars and other places I have got some publications. These are some list of seminars and workshop I've attended with the latest one on the top. These are like 5 days workshop on case writing I've attended from IMS or Hubli, Karnataka, 2023. I've attended 5-day seminar workshop on SPSS, MOS, and PLS from ICFA University, Jharkhand in 2022. I have attended 2-day workshop on research writing from ICFA University in 2019. And a lot of others were there, but I had a shortage of space to put in, so I couldn't put all of them over here. A lot of seminars. I went to international conferences, national conferences where I have gone in detail with them. Yeah, coming to the acknowledgement part, I'm very grateful to the panel members who are present here today, first of all, to take out their time and come here. Despite having so much of chaos today on 21st of August, I really thank you for being over here, for your presence, sir. I'm grateful to ICFA University, Jharkhand for providing me the opportunity for my PhD work. I'm thankful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Raman Kumar Jha, sir, the Registrar, Professor G.B. Bhatnagar, sir, and my old VC, Professor ORS Rao, former Vice Chancellor, Dr. Hariharan, sir, who was one of the panel members who helped us a lot with respect to understanding my PhD and my doctoral conferences, Dr. Shanendra Mishra, Dr. Barik. And they all helped and supported me in my half-yearly reviews and progresses on a very regular basis, gave the critical evaluation. I wish to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to my research supervisor, Dr. Rumna Bhattacharya, who was in a continuous support with me in my research journey. And without her support and her encouragement, this would have not been successful. Because of her, it's that today I've been able to present this component today. And I also like to simply thank Assistant Registrar Dr. Rajkumar sir, who has been a very grateful person in terms of statistics. Wherever I needed his help, he was always there to help me on this aspect. Dr. Mirnay Jha with respect to marketing and his concepts. Dr. Pallavi Singh with respect to aspects of language and other aspects of thesis building and thesis writing presentation. I would like to thank all the teaching member staff of ICFA University Jharkhand, Ranchi, from my journey from 2015 till today, who were there in my journey, and teaching, non-teaching staff, everybody who are directly, indirectly associated. I would like to thank Dean of my university. I know they must be listening to me. So the colleagues of mine who have been in my support in my journey from when I started. And I'd like to thank especially my family members who have been constant support. Because of my PhD journey being a little long, I can understand there was a lot of area where I went into procrastination, demotivation. They're there with the full enthusiasm to support me to come to this point. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Yes, Dr. Anurag, sir.
Yes, thank you, madam. Thank you, Rumna madam. I think let us give the chance to Professor Devesh Kumar. He's from Jaipur, from quite a far distance. So let us give him first chance.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Anurag Singh, sir.
Thank you.
I have a few questions.
Yes,
And And I have asked those questions in the that evaluation of your thesis as well.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And I find that some of those questions might have been answered by you during this Viva, but not all. But I just want to see how you are going to react to those questions if I am going to ask them again. One important thing that when I see your hypothesis, basically, I'm not very much sure what actually you are trying to come up with. And if you can go to your hypothesis slide, I think I can better ask that question. And the one slide more. Where conceptual framework is there. Yes. Okay. What I can see that you are looking for three hypotheses. One that is coming from demographic to retail, shopping to retail, de-shopping to retail. But when you are writing the hypothesis, I think you forgot to mention the demographic one. If
Yes,
this
sir.
arrow is
Demographic
there.
one I have written as H5, sir.
But you are saying that it is going to have some impact on atmospheric.
Yes, sir. Retail
Okay.
atmospherics.
Now, what is atmospheric? I just want to know.
Yes, sir. Retail atmospheric is site atmospherics. So let's say we enter into a website. What happens? Many people leave the website if they're not attention, because it is all matter of span of attention. Maybe you can say quick seconds, or maybe let's say 5 second, 10 second, 15 second. If the website is not well designed, not well made, so many people leave the site and they go. So there are a lot of chances why the people are not coming. Yeah, ambience.
It means it is a characteristic of website.
Yes, it's a characteristics of website, and it is one of the about ambience, how it has been designed, if the
Okay,
chatbots
that's
are
fine.
available.
That's
Yes.
fine. But how it can be affected by the demographics?
Sir, it can be affected because let's say male and female, it could be an aspect if female is coming to shop. Okay, then it could be happen that they are coming with respect to understanding. They might not like the atmospherics because they might like colors more, vibrance more. It can be to any gender, male or female. It could happen. It can be to any occupation. It can happen. So anywhere it can be coming into picture. It can be to any type of family, people from different family professions, how they look forward for it.
Why you are
Qualifications.
having such assumption, which can be treated as a stereotype, that female may be liking the vibrant colors?
No, sir. I'm not saying female or male. I'm saying it can be. I'm not saying it will be. I'm saying could be.
But the problem, Rohit, that I think you should learn for the future. That is,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
why just one part of your career.
Absolutely
You
correct.
should learn for your future that whenever we are doing that developing a hypothesis, it should have proper justification. It should not come just in between the text it is coming. You should cite, like you were saying in your literature review part, that you have reviewed more than 100 papers. Okay, but I can't find all the 100 papers. Those had been reviewed by you, exact number. Okay, and if I ask you where you have used those 34 books that you were mentioning, where the test related to those reviews. Okay, and you should very well focused on how reviews are done first. Okay, read some good reviews paper and try to understand that just listing the finding of paper, that review wise, paper wise findings is not a literature review. You need to come up with something. Okay, that is I think should
I'll
be
take a
the
note of
takeaway
that,
for
sir.
you.
I'll definitely take a note of that.
You should. Okay, and one important thing that you have mentioned, that you were doing the random sampling.
Yes, sir. Random. It was a mixture of random sampling and a
How it
sampling.
was random? Just explain to
Sir,
me.
it was not exactly random. Basically, it finally came
No.
out to be a convenient sampling itself, sir. But because
You
of the
can't answer.
heterogeneous
You can't
population,
answer like that. You can't answer like that.
sir. Yes. But, sir,
How you think that it was random? What part of that was random?
as I have given it to the people who I don't know, sir, that way I thought it's treating it as to be a random.
But how you got those people? How you contacted those people?
Sir, I was in that time into placements of my organization. So I was touching LinkedIn with a lot of people. In my LinkedIn, I have connects of more than 1,000 people. So I connected with that. Then with education groups, I connected with them. I connected with the students. I connected with business people. So groups and WhatsApp groups. Another way I just connected. Mails I connected.
You know that you have mentioned in one of your findings I'm just verbatim reading it for you.
Yes, sir.
Majority of customer of electronic goods are young and prefer budget-friendly purchase. Why it is?
Yes, sir, because many of them wanted for lesser price, sir. They believe that as more
No,
budget friendly.
because it is because of your sample. It is because of your sample, because you selected that sample. You are just giving some description of your that sample. It is not a
All right,
finding.
sir.
Please don't do that in future.
All right, sir. I'll keep in mind, sir. I'll keep in
Yes,
mind, sir.
it is
Because
not a finding. It is just a description of your sample, that many of the people in your sample were less than 25 years of age.
all right, sir. I got the
Okay.
point, sir.
Then you mentioned one thing, that you did focus group.
Yes, sir.
Where were the finding of focus group?
The findings of the focus group were being found out, sir. I did a questionnaire surveys and things like that, and then I spoke to the people.
Where you have included the finding of focus group in your thesis?
I think so. I missed out on that, sir.
It's a serious, I think, miss, because you
I see.
mentioned you did focus group, and follow-up question is, why you did focus group? What objective of your thesis you want to achieve?
But qualitative aspects, sir, just to understand on the real-time analysis, real-time aspect, whether it's happening or not happening, just to get an understanding from the people. That was the reason, like what's happening,
And
just to get an
who were
idea
the
to
people?
prepare the question.
Who were the people in focus group?
Sir, I had basically category managers who I spoke to. They were basically the one who are dealing with product category of electronic goods specifically. It's not only to electronic goods I stick. I also got some people who came to
But
me.
make sure that anything that you are doing, it should not be written just for the sake of writing.
I got the
Okay.
point, sir. I totally got it.
Yes, it should clearly tell for what objective focus group was done and what was the finding.
All right.
Okay. And there are few things that it's not a suggestion. Basically, I just want to know that you have mentioned some of the numbers when you were asking the question, how frequently you buy which category.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you were writing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 for daily. Am I right?
No, sir, that is preference based, sir. They will be giving
Okay.
their preferences.
Okay,
Yeah.
they were giving
Let's say
that
my
what?
first preference is that, so they'll be giving number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. That's a preference base. So let's say my
Okay.
most preference is
Can you come
electronic
to that
goods.
question?
Yeah,
Can you come to
I'll
that
come to
question?
that. Yeah, I'm coming to that, sir.
Yes. Yes, this one.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
no,
sir.
it is social media, the first one. Yes. How this question was asked?
So this question was asked with respect to their preference. So let's say I have given them an option from 1 to 7, like 1 to 8, sorry. And out of that, what is their first preference? Let's say somebody's first preference would have been electronic good. They would have put 1 to that. Somebody's would have been second. So like there's a little bit by 1, 2, 3, 4 ranking aspects.
Is it based on question number 13 of your questionnaire?
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Okay, but what I can see is that you have written categories, and then there are 5 columns which are mentioning few numbers. For example, 5 for daily, 4 for weekly, 3 for monthly, 2 for quarterly, 1 for yearly.
That's another question, sir. I think that's a different question there.
I'm referring to your thesis.
That's a different preference-based question.
Okay,
One
but
second,
still,
sir.
I'm not sure
I'm
how
opening my
this,
thesis, sir.
how this mean, how this mean value is coming.
When
And what does
yeah.
it mean? Yeah, then what does it mean?
So basically, I took up the mean values, so where the mean values were higher among these preferences, I understood that that particular item is more preferred. And that is the reason I just took up which has a higher mean value. And that is where I understood which has a greater mean value, which has a lower mean value. And with that standard deviation.
The values that you have highlighted, you are saying they are?
Yeah,
what?
which I've highlighted in the orange, sir. Yes, sir.
They are.
They are more. The mean value was higher, sir, for those particular aspects.
It means they are bought more by the people.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
More frequently by the people.
Okay, but again, this cannot be a that hypothesis-based finding. This is just
no. This is not a
okay.
hypothesis-based finding, sir. This is not a hypothesis.
I got your point. I got your point.
Yeah.
Okay. And the second last question from my side. I don't want to waste time of all the esteemed panel members. Any theory of consumer behavior, if you can mention, can be utilized in this case of yours?
Sir, I could find out theory of plant behavior, sir.
What it is and why it was not used?
Sir, it was theory of plant behavior is a very good theory, sir, where people are using de-shopping aspects into it. So I felt that theory of plant behavior was very much related. Tamara King, if I'm not wrong, who was the person who has made this theory of buying behavior, theory of plant behavior, de-shopping.
Theory was given by Eisen.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm just trying to ask, trying to understand. I wonder that why no specific theoretical background was used for developing the conceptual model.
No, sir, I think so. I have utilized to a certain extent, but yeah, I do agree with your point, sir. Yeah, I couldn't go in much detail, yeah, because of the lack of literature review, as you said.
No, there was no mention of theory. For example, there are many technology acceptance model, TAM, UTA, UTs.
TAM
Several
is
are
also
there.
there, sir. I have considered TAM also. Yes, sir. TAM model also.
Why it was not used for developing your conceptual model? My question is that.
Sir, I have
Okay.
prepared it at one page, sir, but it's okay.
One page don't do the job in thesis.
I can understand, sir. I do understand. That's
Okay.
the reason I said yes, there were some issues.
Okay. Now last question from my side. Okay, and it is, and don't do this in future. This is just advisory.
Definitely, sir. I'm the learning process, sir.
You have
Definitely.
written online retailers will soon need to make significant investment in artificial intelligence.
Yes, sir.
That was your suggestion?
Yes, sir. One of the suggestions.
Okay,
yes,
but how you got that? Come to that suggestion? Is there
sir,
any
because,
finding of yours? Is there any finding of yours that is suggesting you to give this suggestion?
Yes, sir. With respect to retail atmospherics, I thought, sir, because it's retail atmospheric or site atmospheric where people are not finding it more appealing. There, I find that this could be a little appropriate.
But you never asked. But you never asked anything about the artificial intelligence. How you can?
No, I haven't asked, sir. I haven't asked. But I just suggest, I gave a suggestion in future. It can take in some suggestions I even got from the questionnaires also, where I have asked their recommendations and suggestion. So some people have also suggested that part that we find it difficult. So it's better chatbots can be made or any use of artificial intelligence could be made. So in that aspect, from there, I have taken the derivations.
Okay, but it should be mentioned. Okay, how you coming to that conclusion? Otherwise, people like me.
Yes, sir. There is an open-ended question.
Yeah, we may be getting confused. Or when there is open-ended questions, you need to do the content analysis of all the questions.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
It's all from my side.
Thank you, sir. We will incorporate whatever information we got from you. Yes, now I request Dr. Anurag.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Professor Devesh has, made my work easy because whatever the questions I was having, he already pointed out. And yes, it was a very nice observation, sir, you have done, particularly focusing on three different aspects. I was also thinking that how these two variables are related with each other and how the demographic factor can affect the retail atmospheric. So that particular aspect was very lovely and you have pointed out very nicely. Moreover, I was also focusing how the combination of a probability and non-probability sampling technique can be there using random and convenience sampling. I was also wondering about that thing. And third and very important thing which you have pointed out, the entire work is without theoretical frame, though we have checked it out and definitely we have given the recommendation over there. But Rohin, you need to learn from Devesh sir. He is very perfect. Any work which you perform or you do that cannot go without proper theoretical frame. If you don't have any theoretical frame, that means your work is not going to be accepted, right? So you need to focus on the different theories which are existing in the light of that particular background, using the combination of various theories, moreover giving the justification how this theory is better in your case. With that you can proceed with the any kind of work. So that was the very important thing which was pointed out by sir, and you need to learn it from there.
I take all these points, sir, which were being provided even from you. You also highlighted the same points. I take them very seriously in future while writing papers and maybe for future research.
While listening, you somewhere pointed out that TAM is, a very new theory which is being accepted now.
No, sir. I never said TAM is a new theory. It's an old theory itself, but it was being utilized. I have read the TAM theory. I was saying.
But let me tell you that TAM is not being accepted anywhere nowadays. It has been worked too much that every aspect and every
Yes.
dimension of TAM that has been explored, and it is very difficult to get the paper published. So you also
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
in your mind. Then coming to your literature review, see, I was looking at that, looking at your work, that though this particular thesis reached to us in 2024, definitely you might have submitted in the beginning of 2024, must have
Yes,
worked
sir.
in 22 and 23, but the literature were not cited, particularly of these years, 2022 and 23. Very old literatures were cited over there. So that was also one of the drawback. You need to keep this thing in mind whenever the work needs to be submitted. The literature, the latest literature needs to be cited.
Yeah, I do take a note of that, sir. Yes.
Yes. Moreover, if I go, when we were talking about a theory, when we look at your research questions, it is there, thesis there in front of me. None of the research question is able to point out what exactly you are going to study because the proper theoretical frame is missing. That's why. Now, for example, the first RQ I'm reading, who are the consumers that buy electronic goods through online and the factor that influence their buying behavior? This is useless. What effect do demographic factor like age, gender? You know, you are not able to focus and reach on a particular point, particularly without having the focus on the theoretical frame. So that was, very important part which was missing. Now, let us come to a few of the things which I want to know from you. You have done the moderation analysis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have prepared the graph of the moderation?
Yes, sir. I have used a regression model, sir.
So moderation graph needs to be prepared. Whatever the model you are using, that is a different thing.
Yes, sir.
What was the result? Whether it was strengthening the effect or it was dampening the effect?
So it was strengthening, sir, a little
It
bit,
was
but not
strengthening the effect.
Yeah, strengthening the effect.
That moderation graph needs to be given. You have failed to give the description of the moderation graph, right?
I see, sir. I'll make a note of that, sir.
Yes. Now another thing is that in the time of when we are talking about omni-channel retailing,
Yes, sir.
why you are working on this? Why you have worked in this e-retailing? This is what was the motivation behind it?
Sir, as you can see, sir, in 2015, I was enrolled, sir. That time it was very much into the acceptance, and my topic got registered in 2016. Yeah, I do agree, sir. It has taken a very long duration, 2015 to 2024, almost a decade has been passed by now. So when I was working on this, a lot of changes have also been incorporated in this with respect to changing of objectives, changing of other aspects. But the aspect was that, sir, the topic was decided and been given by the university and been approved at that point of time. So that is only one of the reasons I can tell with an open aspect. Yes, sir, there is a delay from my end. I honestly accept that. Probably, if to be very believed, if this would have been a very new topic, I think so would have really read to social media, not beyond that.
Okay. Now, one more thing which is coming to your mind, that if you would have applied the theory properly, then definitely somewhere you would have applied structure equation modeling using MOS or PLSM.
Yes, sir. I know, sir. I could really analyze that. There was also a comment. I think it was highlighted to me by one of the reviewers at the time when the copies have come for me to incorporate that. But sir, I am not good at PLS, sir. I've been working because I'm in Maldives, sir, and the major challenges over there is
Whatever it is.
Yeah,
But
I tried my best, sir. I tried my best, but I will ensure that my future papers, which I'm going to publish now, I have made a strong thing that whatever future papers I'm going to publish will be published with the help of PLS software itself, sir.
okay. Now you were able to reach at the 405 responses out of the 460 questionnaire which were circulated
Yes, sir.
between the people. Now, what kind of problem did you find in the complete responses or the error? Because of that, you simply restricted yourself to 405. You
So
mentioned
some
about
of
the
the
error.
respondents were highly skewed, sir. They were only giving you can say agree, nor neutral.
So
So
they were eliminated because of reaching to the normality.
No, neutral, sir. They were giving neutral as the answer in the, let's say the option number 3, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So this is giving 3 options for the entire everything. They're given 3 only, sir. Or incompletely they have filled it. So like those issues were there. So we have to discard those.
Have you checked the common response bias?
Yes, sir. I have checked the common response bias. I did factor analysis also, sir, for this.
So
At
factor
but
analysis you have done, because I was going to
yes,
the
sir.
measurement model. I didn't find
Yes.
anywhere common response bias.
Sir, I'll tell you, sir,
So
the
you have
factor analysis was
mentioned the
done
error.
when I went for the.
What kind of common response bias you found?
So common response bias was there that many people were, going with either with the left side proportion of checking 5-4, 5-4, 5-4 things. So, or 3-3. So if you go to 2-1, a lot of less disagreements were there at that point of time. So I could find out there were some issues with them.
What was
At
the
the time,
commonness? What was the commonness?
students, sir, students were commonly doing this, sir. The respondents were like, because they have that common tendency of just going through and just clicking to just to sake of doing it, they were doing it. So I found students that they're not mature of filling the respondents, so the responses. So there was a challenge there which I found out, especially from the students, which I found. Again, sir, one more issue which came up was that at this point of time, pandemic was going on, people are working from home, to getting one questionnaire and filling it was becoming very challenging at that point of time when I collected data. So I
how
found,
many
yes, there was a
respondents you
bias.
have checked for the common response bias?
No, sir, they were like common issue. No, this is the point which I found, sir, from the common responses. This was there, yes.
So you found the statistical difference between those biases,
Yeah, that's the reason I eliminated them, sir. I didn't wanted to keep them to make it more skewed in that case. And I think so. Even I have given one of the answers in the PPT also that yes, there are be voices exploratory study, so there could be some chances of biases which
So
were
I
there. So
got it,
limitations.
because since I haven't found that thing described in your thesis, that's
Sir,
why
I did the factor analysis, but when I went for the
I
pre-thesis
am not
defense.
asking about the factor analysis. There is something else related to the measurement more
Oh, okay,
properties.
sir. All right, I got it.
Now coming to a questionnaire, you used open-ended questionnaire. What
It's
was
a
the
one
purpose
question,
of
sir.
using? Yes, one question. What was the purpose of using open-ended question?
To take the suggestions and recommendations.
What kind of suggestion did you get?
I got suggestions with respect to how are they shopping online, de-shopping is happening, what can be corrected, returns, how it can be made better, how they can do it.
Have you used their responses?
Yes, sir. From their
In your
responses, I have
research?
taken these inputs, sir. That is where I
What
got
kind
this
of
artificial intelligence as one of the very common factor. Many people are telling that we don't get this chat box or artificial intelligence aspects at that point of time. So their answer was of chatbots and all those things only, so to incorporate that. So that is the reason where I got those solutions, sir, from their open-ended format.
Okay, I've checked the reliability test has been done, but at the same time, I didn't find any type of discriminant validity test.
Sorry, sir.
Discriminant validity test.
No, sir, I didn't do that, sir.
Why?
I was suggested to do the reliability test, sir, and just did that analysis.
Reliability is one of the important measure
Okay,
of
sir.
the measurement properties, but at the same time, in case if we are not able to check the discriminant validity, then everything is useless. You need to check it out.
Okay, sir. I'll make a note of that, sir, for the future to keep those things in mind.
Moreover, composite reliability that has also been not checked. That has been checked, but how do you check?
Yes.
Can you tell us? How do you check composite reliability?
I have used Z-test, sir, for that, and I've gone in detail about. Yes, sir.
Okay. Another question, that is, common method bias. Have you used Herman single factor test?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Then the KMO value you have tested?
Yes, sir. KMO barley value to tested some factor analysis.
What was the value? Can you tell me?
Right now, I'm not getting in my mind, sir, but yes, I was getting a positive 0.7 value of this.
How did you check?
I have applied factor analysis, sir, and that time I got the KMO value, sir. That's the reason, sir, I have included
Which
at the
factor
time.
analysis?
It was.
What are the
I have
different types of
utilized
factor analysis?
conformity factor analysis and exploratory factor analysis. So the exploratory factor analysis.
Which factor analysis did you run?
Exploratory, sir.
Okay. Okay, then these were the few small questions from my side. Madam, thank you very much.
Thank you, Anurag, sir. Thank you for your valuable suggestion, sir.
Yes, Anurag sir. Thank you for your valuable suggestions.
Thank you, madam. These were the few things which I observed that these things needs to be addressed there in research, but somewhere he failed. But I think that definitely he will be incorporating all these things while writing the paper and submitting to Google Journal. Moreover, Dr. Devesh, he has given a very good observation, particularly focusing on these three parts. Sampling technique
Thank
needs
you,
to
sir.
be addressed properly, and theoretical frame that also needs to be given. And one more session sir has given, that is the proper justification. Sir, I was also looking at that thing after listening you. I read it properly. I found that justification has not been given. Whenever the research paper comes to us, only first thing which we read whether the justification is given for the developing hypothesis or not.
Yes.
So that was really a wonderful observation which was given from Devesh side.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. So your recommend for his can be declaring.
Yes, madam. Are you saying something, please?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
That can be declaring as awarded PhD.
Yes, from my side, the PhD can be awarded to Rohin Bhatnagar. I am satisfied from the performance. Definitely, he has to make certain modification, the changes.
Yes, sir.
At the same time,
Definitely, I'll take this. I'll take this.
For the
I'll
award.
take this as a learning step, sir. I'll take this.
Devesh sir, please.
Okay, congratulations, Dr. Rohin Bhatnagar.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. From both of you hearing this, thank you so much, sir.
Sir, today is very tough time here. Severe lockdown. All the roads are closed.
Yes. That we know Bharat Bandh has been called, that's why.
Yes.
I know, sir. Jharkhand is facing a lot of problems.
Yes.
Myself came to the university walking for 4 kilometers. Anyway, sir, thank you both of you, sir. And we will take care that even the thesis which we upload, he will incorporate all the changes.
Thank you, madam. Thanks for inviting us. And I think whatever the papers are there, I will complete it and will send it by tomorrow, if you permit me.
Okay, sir.
So we can take a leave. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anurag, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anurag,
Devesh,
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.